Exactly. Today is Friday, November 30th. I'm Jolie, and we're back for the last episode of CalTV Sports Shorts of the semester. To kick things off, let's look at some recaps as well as what's coming up in the world of Cal athletics. The men's basketball team, fresh off a victory over San Diego State this past weekend, defeated Nevada this past Wednesday 74-68. Power forward Ryan Anderson scored a career-high 36 points, including a key 10-point stretch in the second half of the game. Men's soccer, which is playing in the NCAA tournament, beat UC Davis in second overtime last weekend, however was unable to secure a victory over number 11 Virginia Tech, losing 3-2 this past Wednesday. And in men's water polo, they lost to UC Irvine 13-12 last weekend in the MPSF tournament, but defeated Stanford 12-9, falling to number 2 just behind number 1 USC. They'll be playing in the NCAA tournament, which kicks off this weekend in Palo Alto. But let's head on over to the office for another segment of Back and Forth.
Thanks, Jolie. I'm Vince Tenura here in the CalTV office. With me is Jessica DeZubnar, and we're here with another edition of Back and Forth. Now, it's the week of the 110th big game. Tonight is the bonfire over at the Greek Theater, so we're going to get into a little bit of talk about the big game. Now, Jessica, with both these teams out of the national title contention, certainly, and as well out of Pac-10 title contention, what is there left to play for this year?
Well, for Cal, this is their last opportunity to get into a bowl game, even if it is just the Emerald Bowl. And of course, there is their tradition of who gets the trophy of the axe.
So, a lot of people might not know about the tradition of the axe. Could you explain that a little bit?
Okay, well, back in 1899, there was a Cal versus Stanford baseball game where Billy Drummer and a couple other Cal students stole the axe, and then they brought it back across the bay to the Cal campus. And that's where it remained until 1931, when 21 Stanford students posed as Cal students at the big rally and stole back the axe by using a tear gas bomb. And
so as you can see, both these schools will go to great lengths to get that axe.
Exactly. And so in 1934, because both schools really wanted this axe so much, they just decided that that would become the official trophy for who wins the big game.
Okay, we now have a little bit of footage for you. For those of you who haven't seen the play, this is one of the most disputed plays in college football, as well as one of the most famous and certainly one of the most exciting. So let's roll that clip for those of you who haven't seen it.
The Bears in a seemingly impossible situation. They have only one timeout left. Harmon will probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rogers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield. They tried to do a couple of... The ball is still loose as they get it to Rogers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have scored, but the bands are out on the field. There were flags all over the place. Wait and see what happens. We don't know who won the game. There are flags on the field. We have to see whether or not the flags are against Stanford or Cal. Everybody's milling around on the field. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh my God! The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heartrending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game.
Wow, that play just amazes me every time I watch it. I mean, 4 seconds left, 5 laterals, and 1 takedown of a trombone player. It doesn't get much better than that. But Stanford seems to have some problems with the way things shut down, and they take it out on the axe every year that they win it, that is. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, whenever Stanford's in possession of the axe, they like to forget that play ever happened and change the score to 2019 instead of what the official score is of 25-20. So it's contested, but it's pretty much definitive that Cal still holds that as a win.
Yeah, and Stanford hasn't had a chance to change that score in 5 years because Cal's won the big game the last 5 years. Well, that's all the time we're going to have for Back and Forth.
Let's see if we hold on to that axe.
Thanks, and let's throw it back to Jolie in the studio for the rest of the CalTV Sports Shorts.
Thanks, guys. Before we wrap things up here, let's check out this week's player to watch, Michael Sharp of the Cal men's water polo team. The senior attacker is a 2-time All-American and a member of the U.S. senior national team. He's tied for the most single-season goals in Cal history, scoring 95 goals in the last 28 matches. In the MPSF tournament this past weekend, he had 10 goals, 5 assists, and 5 steals, and he's sure to be instrumental to the Bears as they start their NCAA tournament play this coming weekend. That's about all the time we have for the last episode of CalTV Sports Shorts this semester, but be sure to check in on Monday for a big game highlight and a men's basketball highlight, and stick around for a few more seconds for some bloopers from filming this season. Make sure to come back in January for more great episodes of CalTV Sports Shorts.
Be pinch hitting for Norma Anchor. Fifth place at the Eden. Name. The freshman notched.
I can't stop saying weekend.
And will have a chance to add to her total today as Cal. And will have a chance to add to her total today as Cal.
Oh my god, I can never say the word weekend again.
Britt, Cal's 6-0, right? I didn't even check.
I hate CalTV. What do I do with my arms? Where do they go?
She's taping right now. I'm like, this is a blooper.
We are going to have a blooper reel at the end of the year, so I think you just got yourself on there.
No.
Wish I was high.
The moral of that story is don't blame crackheads for stealing your shit when you leave it out in the open, because that's what they're made to do.